Welcome to episode 3 of Bibles by Blacks.
Hey y'all, this is Miss J.
And I'm Regina, and we are going to get started. Bibles by Blacks. By Blacks. Okay, and we are recording. All right, so we are rolling in now into episode
3. Welcome back, y'all.
All three.
Welcome back. Welcome, Black. I swear. I cracked myself up.
Lord, help me, Lord.
Help everybody.
Please, Jesus. So we left off on episode 2. We were leaving off on Abraham was about to sacrifice his one and only son. Well, sorry, not his one and only, because he did have Ishmael. But remember, they got kicked on out the house and out the land. And
poor Hagar. Yeah.
Sarah said, "Get off my property.
Get off my land.
You got to go." So,
honey,
Yeah, it's like she's like, "You and your side piece." She can't be living up in here with me.
This can't happen. I didn't spend all my life waiting for this. This is going to happen.
Nope. I don't work too hard for however many years she lived, which I think was like 100 and something years. So, at the end of the day, they left. Sarah had their son, Isaac.
Little baby Isaac.
Little beautiful baby boy. Which I'm pretty sure they was like, it was like a Simba moment, I wonder. Like
Simba.
What is it for? They held him up to the sky, and the cloud parted, and the light shined down
and all the animals
Isaac.
Bowed down. It's like, Isaac! You know what's funny before we get rolling to the meat and potatoes about Isaac and Abraham? The Children's Bible, which I still have with us today, makes no mention of the sacrificial offering. I guess the children did not need to know about that.
They were probably trying to keep that on the little low. Don't want to scare the kiddies.
It literally ends as, he was going to be a great-great-grandfather of many people. The end. That's not.
They didn't even go into They said, listen, King James Bible is just a little bit too rough around the edges.
For the children. So, I don't even know. I don't know who wrote this, but it's just hilarious.
I was like, ooh, who hurt you? Because this is so dark.
Yeah. A lot of the Bible is just...
The Old Testament is it is very dark. I mean, our last week episode, I was like, doggone. Yeah. God just be fed up with us, all humankind.
I know God was pacing up and down like, I can't believe it. Here y'all go again.
So what we do know is he did take him. He snuck him up to the mountain because Sarah would have probably beat him with some bricks. Like, you're not taking my son. Like, no.
Sarah was like, y'all about to go do what? You gonna do what? Who told you to do that?
Yeah. No, she wasn't. She was left cleaning the house.
Not my baby.
And again, Isaac probably was like maybe 4, 5, 6, something like that at this point in time. So he's just skipping and fuss that. Okay, Daddy, we going in the forest.
We're gonna go to the mountaintop.
Going to the mountaintop.
We're gonna go collect rocks. How about that?
Oh my God, I used to hate when my child was through that in that stage. Just walking around collecting rocks. Like, put that rock down. Yeah. It's dirty.
Ew. So that's what Isaac was probably doing. And Abraham was like, you know what? Perfect opportunity. Let's go get some rocks, son. Let's go.
I saw some good shiny rocks up here.
It's very high. You just come with me. We got it.
He was like, okay, Daddy.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh. So he puts his son up there. I wonder if he was like in the midst of tying him down. And if at that point... Isaac was like, what part of the game is this?
Or he had some type of matches, quote unquote, or something to start the burnt sacrifice, a burnt offering. So what is he rubbing some sticks together to get the flame going?
I hope it wasn't that brutal. I hope he wasn't like going to set the boy ablaze.
It says burnt sacrifice.
I thought it was like he was going like
stab him?
Well, this sounds worse, but I thought he was going to like slit his throat. I mean, I hope not.
I think the different versions say different things.
Yeah.
I see burnt sacrifice.
Yeah. And the one I was reading earlier is because it said he had sharpened his knife and stuff and got it ready. So I was like, oh, that's a bit brutal.
You know what this reminds me of?
Oh, Lord. Here we go again. What's this one remind you of, girl?
The color purple. Remember the scene? Wait, I'm gonna walk y'all through it. Remember when Celie was fixing to shave Mister and then intercut?
I know exactly
and intercut with the African scene with the I guess some type of
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't even do it. I hope that's not. I hope Abraham was in there with the long piece of leather with the blade getting it ready. And Isaac looked like, "What you doing, Daddy? Nothing." Just so messed up. Our sense of humor, y'all. I'm so sorry.
I can't even get it out, but I could just picture it.
Yeah. Wow.
That one last.
And but the whole time, Abraham's probably like, "Where are you, Lord? Like, I know this can't be happening because you told me he was going to be the father of many nations. So what are we doing?
This is not my only son, but this is the one I was praying for.
Right? Like, what are we doing here?" And then he proceeded to sacrifice his son, and then God stepped up like, "Hold on, stop!
Wait,
I was just playing.
Hold on, Abe. Hold on. Psych. What?
Right? Can you imagine? I'm like, what kind of game is this?
What?
This isn't funny.
This is not funny. This is my child. This is my seed.
And God's by like, listen, I'm just trying to see if you're gonna be loyal to me and my word.
I just did that to get you mad.
Right.
Like, toxic. How toxic are you, Lord?
I don't think that God was trying to get mad, but I do think he was like, let me see how far I can test your loyalty.
That's the ultimate test of loyalty right there.
Really, 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 really deep test right there.
Because I'm sure in our natural minds and our present day mind, we're like, do what? Put my son what? Do what? Take something else from me. Right. I'm sorry.
You know how we be saying, when you pray, that the Lord hears you and Satan hears you.
Right.
Like, probably be like, if a word like that came, we'll be like, no, that ain't God, that's Satan.
That's the devil.
That is the devil.
We're not doing that.
That's not you, Lord.
That's crazy. So let me just read what the summary I'm looking at says. It says, at the moment that Abraham tied up Isaac, the angel of the Lord stopped him and said, "Do not lay a hand on the boy. Do not do anything to him. Now that I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son." So what happened to Ishmael? They just like,
Well, I mean, he got kicked out.
So he doesn't count. Like, technically there's 2 kids, but okay.
The Bible seems to have a lot of
illegitimates.
Yes.
So Game of Thrones.
Yeah, like a lot of rejects.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of seed being spread, but I guess they needed to so they could populate the land. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, I feel like, I just feel I feel bad for Hagar Ishmael. I really do. And it's not necessarily because they deserve more of a blessing. It's just they was put in a situation they really wasn't even trying to be in.
Right.
So anyways, but we know that they went off, and I think it says later down in the Bible that, I don't know if y'all really read into this, but we ain't gonna go that deep because not much happens after that. He didn't get sacrificed. Abraham received his blessing and his covenant with the Lord. And then I think later on, Abraham does, I think he finally does, like, what about my son Ishmael, though? Because I feel bad.
I don't know. Let me look.
I read it. I don't know what chapter I read that in, but maybe 24 or something like that in Genesis, 24, 25. But he does he's like, listen, I ain't going to give him a blessing, but he will also have his own clan, his own group, his own nation as well. And don't worry about him.
It's like a consolation prize.
Damn. That's messed up.
It's true. It is the truth.
God. In my mind, it's like, how when you have the what is it, Miss America pageant, like the pageant things.
First runner up.
And it's the first runner up. And don't nobody ever
remembers who that is.
It's the third one they announce. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as they announce the first runner up, who won.
Because she hopping up and down already.
So the first runner up pushes aside. And the winner get the crown, the scepter, the sash, the big bouquet of roses. She does. She gets a whole scepter. I'm not lying. That's what happens. And so at the same time, The first runner-up, who is number 2 in line,
Yeah.
don't get anything.
Nothing.
Or if she does, you don't see it because the camera cuts straight to the winner.
You know what they get? If for whatever reason the winner cannot fulfill their duties as a winner, then they get to step in as a role.
Oh, yay.
Woo!
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yay.
Appreciate
Now you
that.
got to plot and plan to murk off the winner so I can be able to take over. It's like a Tanya Harding and a, what's her name? Situation. What was it?
Nancy Kerrigan. Yeah.
Nah. She ain't gonna steal my shine.
She said, "What?" Okay, that's not funny. That's not funny.
But she whopped her straight up in the.
She did. She did. Whop, whop.
Or
Well, not she.
But she paid
quote
somebody
unquote
to
her
do it.
the people's.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, we're deviating. Okay,
I know, yeah.
we're back.
I completely deviated. But
We're back.
anyways,
Yeah.
But so Ishmael still did get something,
yeah.
you know, and he still had the love of his father.
Yeah.
And then when you go further down, it turns out that him and Isaac still did have a relationship.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they still did grow up together. And,
Yeah.
you know.
So what part is this? It says Abraham built an altar and named the place Jehovah Jireh, which means the Lord provides. This is like right after
This, when he was going to sacrifice him, but he didn't sacrifice him.
He was like, wait. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So, because he was like, well, the Lord provided a ram.
Ram in the bush.
Right. Instead of my son. So.
Rams must be expensive because giving him a whole ram.
Well, so what is a ram like the size as a goat? Like, or bigger?
Is a ram a bull?
I don't.
Anybody know what a ram is?
I know. I feel like
I feel so dumb.
I know, right? It ain't like a yak.
It's not a yak.
No, I don't think so.
I have to Google ram.
I think a ram is like a little bit wider than a goat, but not necessarily taller than a goat. But I'm not 100% sure.
Lord.
Oh, Lord, she done Googled RAM. Y'all done gave her the computer RAM as in memory.
In the Bible.
Or RAM animal. I think you need to Google what it looks like. I promise you, I think it's like a goat.
Oh, okay.
Either way. Male
okay.
sheep.
Got it. Male sheep with big curved horns. Why don't we know this?
See, that's what I'm telling you. I think it's, so that ain't that big. Either way, guess what? It was enough. Okay?
Yeah.
The sacrifice was enough. And so we know that we move on down the line and you have Isaac, he got his blessings, and Abraham, I think Sarah, bless her old heart, she ends up passing away.
After how many years?
I don't know. Back then, everybody used to live till about good almost 1,000 years old. But Abraham is like, I'm worried that my son isn't going to have a wife. I don't want him to marry from the people of this land. Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but because
I do. Remember what happened last week?
Yeah, that's true. He was like, these ain't good. These are not good, clean girls.
Clean folks. Yeah, the townsfolk was wild.
What movie was that from? Clean Girl? Good, clean girl?
Oh, God.
I can't
See,
remember.
I instantly want to go back to Color Purple because I
That's
heard
about
she
it.
got that nasty woman's disease. Poor Suge.
Oh my gosh. So anyways, he goes and he says he sends his servant to go find Isaac a wife. And I think if I remember correctly, Isaac is like in his 40s at this point.
Probably, yeah.
And so at the end of the day, his servant ventures out to, I think, some other land where Abraham's descendants or, siblings and stuff are from. Mm-hmm. And so he goes down there, he comes across a stream, and see, it's always a stream. It's always, because remember, we talked about this in Genesis, how Eve was down by the water doing something.
Doing her cleaning the vegetables or whatever.
Right.
She was doing.
So the servant is down by the water, and he was thirsty, and he sees a woman come with again, like Jungle Book, with the basket on her shoulder.
Jungle Book.
And she had came and she was she was fetching a pail of water.
I wish y'all could see my face.
And then the servant just jumped out at the bushes.
Hey.
Aha.
Oh, hey.
I'm thirsty, I guess he said.
Help.
Can I have some water?
Right.
And how she was very trusting, because us black women back then, if you jump out of the bushes at me, you gonna catch that whole pail upside your head. I know that's what's gonna happen to you.
Or whatever I'm strapped with for the day.
Right.
Could it be pepper spray or a taser? You're getting something to the dome.
Wait, what kind of weapons did they have back then besides shivs and yeah. You think the women carried something?
I don't think they did.
Because mean, at this point in life, we know that there'd be a lot of sinning going on. You need to be protected.
They probably they probably had some shanks.
Yeah, they probably
had
some
wood.
like what was the? I can't think of it. You know, with the Aztecs with the
a spear.
Yeah, like they had spears and the little sharp arrows and all that kind of stuff. I think is
walk around with a bow and arrow just at any time.
You need to be prepared. They walk around like Hunger Games. You never know. You should say you catch this fire.
Right, it's a bunch of Katniss Everdeens walking around the
right. What was that?
I am ready.
I heard a noise.
I am ready.
Shot a man.
Oh goodness.
Anyways, so we know that's what happens, and for whatever reason, a random stranger jumps out the bush, and she's like, "Yeah, you can have some of this water." And he's like, "Oh, thank you, because my master done sent me.
I can't believe this.
To find a wife for his son, and I feel like it should be you."
Red flags already.
And so, can I come and talk to your daddy?
Can you do not?
And see if we can make this happen.
No.
What an arranged
This is me talking, right? Me. I'll be like, no, we're not doing that.
First of all, I ain't seen what he looked like.
Not at all.
So how do I know he's not fugly? That's one. And two, what income he got? How do I know? Just because. How do I know what you're telling me is even factual? You're just telling me that you have a master, and he sent you to some random land to find a wife.
I'm literally speechless because I would have paid this stranger no mind if it was me.
Right.
Be like, what?
First of all, I already knocked him out with the pail because you can't just be jumping at me.
No.
And then I would have went back and told my daddy. I'd be like, "Daddy,
guess what?
There's a man out there jumping out bushes talking about he wants some water.
You need to get him." Why couldn't he get his own water?
Right. And then my daddy would have been like, "Where he at?"
Right.
I'm about to get your
mine
brothers.
too. Like, what? Yeah.
Hey, bruh.
Right.
I heard you was out here jumping out of bushes at woman.
You want to jump.
Right.
I'll show you how to jump.
Right. If you want to jump at a man. Jump at a man.
That poor stranger. Poor stranger like, I was sent here.
Right. I don't know what I'm doing.
I didn't did any harm.
I'm just looking for a wife. You looking for a wife? Oh, so you came to steal our woman?
Oh my gosh.
He was like, no.
This whole scenario is just so problematic.
It is. But either way, because again, back in the day, people were very, very trusting.
Very.
They agree. I think he just dropped the name. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe because, remember, they said Abraham had already got a lot of wealth.
Yeah.
He had an army because they went and fought
Abraham was balling. Right.
So maybe that's all he needed was that name drop.
He was like, damn.
Abraham sent me. They was like, oh, Abraham?
Oh, okay.
They was like, oh, Rebecca, get your stuff, girl.
Let's roll.
We about to be linked.
Let's go.
We about to have some money.
That's like Lannister marrying one of the Tyrells. That did happen. Well, the Tyrells had money too. Marjorie, they had money too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that did happen, but
I don't know. Either way.
I'm sorry, we are big Game of Thrones fans
we are
around
very,
here. So
very, very big.
You'll
Game
hear a lot
fans.
of references.
But yes, I mean, at the end, again, it's just, it's interesting that it was just one name drop.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry, y'all. Just let's pause for a minute. I'm trying to think here. Whose name would be big enough nowadays for a name drop for me to just be like, okay, if somebody came this way.
So so you at Kroger doing your daily grocery shopping.
Okay.
And a stranger pops out from behind the display of sweet potatoes.
Okay.
And was like, hey, Diddy sent me here. Would that move you?
Did he? No.
Okay.
Mr.
You
Love?
would keep shopping.
No, yeah.
God, I don't know. Who? I don't know.
I'm trying to think. Like, I need who would have a good name drop?
Like, who's popping right now?
I don't even need you to be popping. You know what? This is going to sound wrong, but I'm going to say it anyways. If somebody said Obama, I would be like, okay.
I would drop a whole basket.
I'm going to drop and be like, where's he? Is he outside?
Where do I go? Where do I sign up?
I'll be all kidnapped, thrown in the trunk. Because I'll be like, okay.
You showing the car too?
Right. How's this supposed to work?
Where do we go?
Okay, I'll be there.
Like, sure,
yeah. I think that would be my name drop nowadays.
You know, it don't take much for a name drop with me. You just mention one person, I'd be like, I'm going.
Oh, see, see, you a liability.
I am such a liability. Y'all have to watch me, okay?
Good Lord.
You mentioned Maxwell, I'm jumping. But okay.
Well, there's that.
So
yes. So anyway, his name was dropped, and I guess his name has traveled so far across the land that they were like, okay,
yeah.
No, they was like, yeah, Rebecca. Well, if you was gonna say no or not, guess what? You're going.
Yeah, right.
And so
let's do it.
She went off with the servant.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't think Isaac at this point knew that his daddy had sent the servant to go get somebody.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. So she just rolled up. They said on a camel.
Everybody is on a camel. You hear me?
There's no horses or donkeys right now.
Everybody's on a camel.
She came back on a hump of a camel.
Humpback. Crooked letter. What's that, girl?
And I'm wondering if she had, because I think they said she covered her face with a veil. Because back then you couldn't see the bride.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if he was like, oh, snap.
Huh.
They went and bought me a woman. Lord Jesus.
He probably saw her shape too on that camera and was like, I'll take it.
Right.
I can't see her face.
I mean, again, he was fine with it. So, because they rolled on. So maybe she was fine.
Maybe.
But it had to be fine. Well, she must have been fine anyways because the servant jumped out the bushes at her. So.
I can't take this.
He was bold enough to be like, huh.
Ha. What if he flashed her? Wait, that's flasher behavior.
I'm gonna do this and then nowadays they're like, hey girl.
Hey girl.
How you doing? My name is Charlie. Last name Wilson.
She's like, what?
I was wondering.
I can marry you.
Right. Can I marry you off? If he jumped up and was like, can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. I don't know. I'm just saying. If we were to replay this nowadays, like I said, first of all,
I took my glasses off.
You can't just be hiding in no bushes because that's just
absolutely
that's very, very weird behavior. You're just gonna get shot
very
up.
pervy.
But you also can't just be rolling up in, I guess, your Mercedes or BMW. Talking about some, hey girl, you won't get in my ride.
No,
you won't ride back with me to the ATL.
Is Obama in there? Because that's the only way.
Because that's the only way she's going. Anyway, so name drop. They get there. They marry.
Right.
She's infertile.
It's a lot of infertility.
It's a lot of infertility.
Man, what y'all be eating?
Right? Because their manna, if you will, was supposed to be good back then. So I don't understand why there were so many infertile women.
Dang, that sucks.
It does. There's no science, right?
None.
So you
They're
don't
just
know.
going by like the luteal phases of the moon and crap.
She's like, okay, it's a full moon tonight. So I think that means that so we can have sex. And if you have sex...
Not have sex, lay. Remember, they use the word lay. Right. We can lay.
We can lay together on the full moon because my mama said if we lay together on the full moon, that's how you get pregnant.
You know people do that now.
No, they don't.
They do. I've heard.
No, where?
I've heard people... Where? I've heard people procreate because the moon is full. I've heard that several times. But just because
the moon is full don't mean that you are.
You don't get a wolf baby. I was like, I've always been like, I oppose. I don't want to do that.
That's a little awkward.
Yeah.
I have never heard that. Now, I've heard about the whole pointing the crystal to the moon at night to recharge the crystal. No, that maybe they was doing that back then. I don't know. All I know is it's not like they was counting ovulation.
No.
So, I mean, we honestly, maybe they just kept missing it. Maybe she really wasn't infertile. They just didn't know when to do it.
They had no way to track it.
They had no way to track it. Either way, she said she was infertile. And they tried their best. And I think at one point he prayed to God, like, why? Why, Lord?
What's going on?
You gave me this beautiful wife that my servant went and got.
And I can't make nothing stick, Lord.
And you keep telling me, same thing with Abraham. That's my thing. Like, God, why you done told my daddy that he was going to have kids and we was going to build a generation. But I'm the only son. But that didn't happen until he was like 100 and something.
Right.
Now you done told me, at this point, if he got married at 40, I think they said she didn't get pregnant until like he was 60.
But you know what? in those times, that might not even be old to them. That just might be like middle age because of people living to 100 and 600.
You're right.
It could be.
I didn't think about that. So 60 was probably equivalent to like 25
Maybe.
back then.
Maybe.
Maybe. Either
So
way.
they probably like, oh, shoot, I got time.
Right.
My egg's still popping. I'm something going to hit soon.
But they end up having a pregnancy.
They got one.
They had twins.
One and done.
One and done. I know he was like, whew, made it.
Right. Just barely.
Esau and Jacob.
Yes.
Now, this is where it gets a little bit entertaining and funny to me.
Very.
Because they go
very
into
funny.
the fact that Esau was very hairy. Like, they kept focusing on that, on his whole story.
That poor man.
They said he was hairy. They said they were fighting in the womb.
Like most twins probably do.
Right. They said when he came out, he was super duper hairy. And that Jacob was very smooth skin, but was holding the heel
Of Esau.
upon birth.
Yeah.
Ain't that something? Like that's a symbol that I can't shake you.
Yeah. My brother.
You're my brother, but we bound together. I had to share a womb with you.
Yep.
I had to come out during
Behind
birth
you, right.
with you. You attached to me. You grabbing onto me. Like, can I live? I wonder if he was trying to shake me. Like, can I just get out first?
Right.
Let me get out.
It's my turn.
Let me breathe, and then you can come out.
Right. It's interesting. Even though Cain and Abel aren't twins, Esau and Jacob are. There's kind of some similarities, just a little bit.
Right.
Except Esau doesn't die, or Jacob doesn't die at the hand of his brother. Either one. But it's a little bit of similarities there.
There is. I think the Bible talks a lot about some type of sibling rivalry, and
it was a lot. We're going to see it. And we're going to see a good case of sibling rivalry in a minute.
Dang, it makes you want to think. Why they be beefing like that? Like, at first you got one who killed his brother. Then you fast forward to
Noah. Noah's boys.
Yeah.
Because they had some issues too. Remember? Because
right, because Ham got cursed.
Oh, man.
Poor Ham. I still feel bad for him. Pour out a little liquor for Ham, because I do feel bad for him. But anyways, then you get all the way down to Esau and Jacob, who are twins. One hairy, one smooth. It's like, dang, you're already getting a comparison between the two of y'all.
You already see a favorite, because nobody wants to hang out with a hairy person.
But the Bible does say that actually Esau was Jacob's favorite. I mean, not Jacob's favorite. Sorry, Isaac's favorite.
Yeah.
And Jacob was Rebecca's favorite. Now, in my mind, here we go again. I know. I feel like Jacob was a bit of a
mama's boy.
Yes,
I can see that.
I think he was very so much a mama's boy, because they say that he
probably
he probably did. Yeah. But they said he liked being in the house underneath his mama cooking.
He was punk. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
A little
soft. Whereas Esau was like, hairy.
I'm hairy. Man. I can lift things.
I'm going to go out and I'm going to go hunting. I'm
going to bring back a ram.
Right. Yes. You don't need to get no more rams into your daddy.
I got it.
Here we go.
I got it from here.
So they said that, yes, they did say that Isaac did favor Esau. Now, since Esau was the firstborn, he was supposed to have all the rights to everything. But they said specifically, one day he went hunting, came back, Jacob was with his mama cleaning. That Jacob. And his daddy was, I don't know where his daddy was, but he said they came back and he was hungry. And that Jacob, see, this is the thing. He was playing them. Jacob was like, oh, you hungry? I'll tell you what. Since you don't know how to cook, but I do.
I got this.
I will cook something for you and give it to you, but you have to turn over your firstborn blood right. And Esau was like, what? I don't think I want to do that, but I'm starving hungry. And he ended up doing it, y'all. And now I don't know if I will ever be that hungry in my life.
No.
To turn over my firstborn rights.
No.
I don't think I would do that. I'd be like, you know what? Especially if I know I'm the bigger. This is probably why I didn't live back then, y'all. Because if it was me and I was bigger, brawnier, heavier, then what I would have told my brother Jacob, You keep playing with me. You don't give me no food. I'm about to go out here. I'm about to eat some leaves and grass. And when I come back in,
eat leaves and grass.
I'm going to tear your behind up if you
Oh
keep
my
playing
gosh.
with me. I'm not going to sell my birthright.
Well, it happened.
But he did it anyways. He probably was like, okay, sure. You got my birthright.
Right. I'm going to pause you really fast. Just looked at something. The name Jacob means he grasps the heel, which is a Hebrew idiom for deceptive behavior. How many Jacobs y'all know that are snakes out there?
Ooh, well.
This is my first time knowing this.
Well.
Wow.
Says a lot about Jacob.
But please continue.
Well, listen. Well, apparently he did. He deceived his brother several times. So
Deceivery.
he did it then, and he stole his birthright. And then when his dad was about to die, and was going, I think, or was blind, he was supposed to be giving out his blessing to Esau. But his mama,
Here she go.
Rebecca, was like, "Hey,
Don't
Jacob,
Don't.
he's gonna give your brother the blessing, but I want you to have it.
Right.
Your brother gonna go out hunting again with him and his buddies like he always do. And during that time, I want you to go and pretend to be your brother
Rebecca, you just as bad. I'm sorry.
and get the blessing."
You just as bad. Okay, Rebecca.
I mean, she went as deep as to kill, I think they said a goat or something, some animal, and skin it and put it on his brother, like it, because that's how hairy they keep saying that's how it is.
Now that's just nasty.
And put it on him so he can pretend to be his older brother and steal the blessing.
I don't think I like this family too much.
So he does in his, but at that point, but Jacob was like, "But Ma, if Daddy finds out what happened, he gonna curse me."
Absolutely.
And she said, "Well, let the curse be upon me. Don't you worry about it,
It's going to be upon you, Rebecca, because you're the one who orchestrated this whole thing.
She said, "Don't worry about it, baby." She said, "Mama got it."
Girl.
So at least I would give him this. He listened to his mama.
Because he a mama's boy.
Well, yeah, that's
he had no choice,
true,
really.
Right. So he went in there, put on this fake fur coat.
This is like Flowers in the Attic, but
It
continue.
really is. Somebody mix this into a movie. I don't think they've ever done a movie about
should.
Esau and Jacob.
No.
But they go.
That would be a blockbuster.
Man, because he sneaks up on in there to his blind daddy, and is like, "Hey, it's Esau. Here your blessing."
There you go.
Now his daddy ain't stupid. He like,
Something's afoot.
He said, that's interesting that you say Esau because you sound like Jacob.
Right. You think I don't know my own kid?
Right. And he like,
I might can't see you, but I think I know.
It's me. Esau. He listens. I think he says like, "Come closer."
Me, Mario.
It's me, Mario. He's like, "No, it's not. It's Luigi." I know my kids. So he said, "Come closer." He smelled them. He's like, "Oh, well, you kind of smell like Esau." Touches him. Well, you are hairy.
Because of the
Because of the
whatever that was.
fake fur coat. Proceeds to give the man the blessing.
Dun dun dun.
A couple minutes later, the older brother of the South show up and was like, "Hey, Daddy, I went and got what you told me to get. I'm ready for my blessing."
How? You're right here. What do you mean?
Right. And then he's like, "What you talking about? I just gave you my blessing." And so I was like, "Nah.
Well,
No, you didn't."
you mean one.
Now imagine the conversation because Daddy's already blind, so it makes it sound like he's old. He might be a little
Old
demented.
and senile.
Right. So he's like, "Daddy, no, you didn't."
Oh, they played their daddy basically.
They sure did.
And
Isaac's like, "Yes, I did." And he's like, "No, Daddy, remember you told me to go get the stuff and then come back?" And then that's when it hit him. He's like, "Oh." He's like, "Oh, no, she didn't."
This help.
He said, your mama something else. He's probably like, "God knows I love this woman."
She get on my nerves.
And it's all probably dumbfounded, like, "What are you talking about?" He like, "Well,
What happened was
I done gave the blessing to your brother." He's like, "What?"
Well.
And what did you say that definition was? Deceitful?
One more time. It says here.
But it was, yes.
Let me go back. The name Jacob means he grasps the heel, which is a Hebrew idiom for deceptive behavior.
Deceiver.
Heartbreaker. Liar.
And the cheater.
I'm sorry. Dang.
So Jacob flees because he feels like my brother gonna come for me at this point in time.
Of course, I would run too.
Yes, you know what? Because you deserve this ASS whooping that's coming to you. Because you done took his birthright.
Everything.
Because you knew he was hungry. You played him. Then now you done deceived him and pretended to be him.
Right.
Stole his whole blessing.
The whole thing.
The entire blessing.
Listen, if that was me and my siblings, or we'd have to fight. We wouldn't get. He wouldn't get far.
Could you imagine if your daddy was blind and old, right, and senile, and he said, "I have a 12-carat Tiffany diamond ring that I'm supposed to be passing down to you."
No, okay.
And you're like, "Okay, all right, I'm gonna receive that." But before you do, I need you to go out there real quick. He probably said, "Run to the store, go get me such this."
Play my numbers,
right? Go play my numbers real quick. Come back, and I'm gonna have it ready for you. And then between that time, your sister then pretended to be you and stole your 12-carat Tiffany diamond ring.
Is this thing on? Because they'd probably do it. You gonna tell me twice?
I'm gonna chase you down until I get that ring back. That's messed up.
We would be on what's that talk show? Maury, Dr. Phil. We would be everywhere. It'd be a whole national story.
Oh my God,
okay, if it were me.
Solid Jacob Amari. Well, you stole my blessing. It wasn't your blessing to get anyway. Right. Mama told me to do it. That's because you knew you was mama's
the whole
favorite.
Family. What's their last name? I wish we had a last name for this family because this whole situation is just piss poor. Oh, y'all are crazy.
I know you was mama's favorite. She was like, you was daddy's favorite. You was always getting everything. Then the whole fight break out.
That's when the fight broke out.
Wait. It's better if it was on Springer because then Big Steve come out. Steve. Hey. Break it up.
Man, I miss Jerry Springer.
Steve.
Audience Steve.
And everybody, go sit down. You go over there. You go over there. Like, doggone.
Man.
Tear the whole stage up. I wouldn't blame him. Either way, he flees. And he goes to another land. And then he ends up, I can't remember how this happened, but I think they say he is in the wilderness and comes across a bear. And he wrestles the bear, which is God in disguise.
I'm sorry. Because that did not help me with my brain and how my brain tracks. Because I instantly thought of Mystical's freestyle about the bear in the wilderness. Have you heard that?
No.
I'll let you hear it later.
Mystical freestyle?
Yes. He said it.
Is this pre-jail mystical?
This is in between jail sessions.
Oh, good Lord. So
he said, if you ever see me in the forest fighting the grizzly bear, help the bear. Okay.
Well,
that's what that reminded me of.
Yeah. So maybe that's what happens, but
maybe.
I mean, it does say that he encounters. I thought it was a bear, but something.
A ram. From this point on, it's always gonna be a ram until we get to Daniel.
Tussle it with a ram. Now I wonder if it was a ram or whatever animal it was. I wonder if somebody had to see this happening from a distance.
Somebody probably recorded it too.
World star. It was like, look at this fool out here.
Fighting a ram.
Is that Jacob fighting a ram? Someone's like,
I told you that family was crazy.
Right. You know he done stole that blessing from his brother, so ain't no telling what he's doing out there. So
ain't no telling what he's doing for real. Ain't no telling.
So he out there wrestling. Turns out to be the Lord, our God. I'm surprised. I'm not sure why. It doesn't really go deep into why he chose to wrestle with him.
He probably tried to teach him a lesson.
Probably. He probably said, I'm sick of you. He said, you can't be a deceiver all your life, Jacob.
Get yourself together.
You cannot be a deceiver all your life.
All your whole life.
So at this point in time, we're going to wrestle that deceitfulness out of you. They just down on the dirt, just scrapping. All the way to the tire.
Like, wait. Oh, this is the Lord. Oh,
dang.
You could have just told me.
What was that? Oh man, was it Love and Hip Hop? Or I'm trying to remember what reality show where it had two grown men fighting and they kept going so much that they got tired and they was breathing all heavy. What was that?
Gosh, can't remember.
I don't remember. Either way, I feel like it was like that. They probably was tussling and wrestling for a good 30 minutes an hour.
Tussling.
And then finally, after all he wrestled this deceitfulness out of him, he revealed himself and was like, "Hey,
Surprise.
Hey, it's me."
Oh my gosh, guess what?
What?
There is an actual movie about Jacob and Esau. It's in the 60s. It's out. Yes.
From the 60s.
Yes. Look, there's the ram. I'm sorry, not the ram. the thing. What was it?
The fur coat?
Yeah. The animal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna look this movie up.
I'm gonna try to watch it. I wonder if it's
it's Italian.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say, I wonder if it's gonna play like a Spartacus. I am Spartacus.
Or Gladiator.
Right.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Is that not why you have come here?
I can't laugh anymore.
So either way, he reveals himself. Aha! It was me, the Lord. Bam. You can't be called Jacob anymore. We are now going to name you Israel.
I don't want to change my name.
Because your name Jacob means deceitfulness.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'll take Israel.
You can't keep running around with this name.
I'll take it.
So he renames him Israel. And that's pretty much where that story ends. And then we go down and he has his son, right? Joseph?
So this is my favorite story, and for not so obvious reasons. He has a son of Joseph, yes, but he also has other sons. Joseph was probably one of the younger siblings of the clan. Did they ever say who his wife was?
Who?
Israel.
Israel?
Jacob, Israel, Israel. No, they never mentioned his wife, but I don't think so. But he did have a daughters. But yeah, anyhow, this is all about Joseph.
Okay.
And I like to liken this story to...
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Real
yes.
quick. So Rachel.
That's it.
Would you look at that? An easy American name. Rachel. Not ghetto. Rachel. Jacob, he ends up marrying Rachel.
Yes. I feel like I should have known that. My grandmother could probably say, girl, I would pop you. She's here. But it's okay. So yeah, Joseph was clearly the favorite of the bunch.
See, that's what I'm talking about. All these sibling issues. I don't know why the Bible be playing the siblings against each other like
I don't know why. It may not be. It just may be how things was rolling in the land at the time.
And all of us nowadays, all of us parents, would be trying so hard not to have a favorite.
And then...
But if you go back in the Bible, everybody seems to have a favorite. Yeah, easily has a favorite.
Yeah, and he was such the favorite that he gave Joseph this coat of many colors. Y'all hear me? Now here's the thing.
Very prideful looking coat in my mind.
I bet it had red stripes and yellow stripes and blue stripes.
It was very rainbow looking.
Probably had a little fur collar. You know, it had to have something.
Where did you get the dye from to make all these colors?
Beets. Strawberries, whatever they could get their hands on. I don't know. But the funny thing is to me, if I'm a part of the older brothers and I see this puny little boy get this coat, from my daddy, I would have a fit. Where is my coat, Dad? Why does he get the coat?
He said it ain't all about you all the time.
And there's probably like a good 4, 6, 7, 8 of them just sitting there watching this boy.
I think it said he had 11 brothers. 11.
I love it.
So his dad said, I ain't got enough money and time to make 11 coats. I'm going to make it for my favorite.
Do you think he paid a seamstress? Was like, listen. Here are a couple of shillings.
Oh, good God.
Get this coat together real quick for my boy. I'll come back for the rest of them later, but I just want Joseph to get this coat.
I don't know if he did it, if he told his wife, hey, girl, make this coat real quick. I don't know.
Somebody had to make... So whoever was making the coat was like, it's going to be something.
Well, yeah, if he paid somebody, they probably already started gossiping word on the street. Hey, Jacob done came. He making this big, fabulous coat, but it's only for Joseph,
It's only for Joe. Them boys going to be so mad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Don't tell nobody. They probably went and told everybody.
So those brothers was like, you know what? We gonna get you real good, Joseph. Joseph probably could sing. He probably could dance. And you know what this reminds me of? I'm just gonna say it. It reminds me of the Jacksons and Michael Jackson. I'm not saying that Michael was Joe's favorite, but I'm saying that Michael was Joe's favorite.
What a correlation by coincidence that Joseph, who is Michael Jackson's dad's name, is also Joseph, who was saying it was the favorite in the Bible.
I'm telling you, this was just reminds me.
I just can't. So now I can't get that picture out of my mind.
So let's just keep that in your mind.
Joseph
as we keep going.
is a little version of looking at like Michael Jackson.
Yes.
With his afro.
Yes.
And his high-pitched voice.
Yes, and he was quick on his feet. He could
when
dance.
I had you to myself, didn't want you around.
And you know the brother's like, I don't feel like doing none of this. This boy over here getting all the glory.
We always in the background.
I can sing too. That's Tito. I can sing too. So
did you bathe the middle child? Stop being jealous.
Stop it.
Joseph said, it ain't my fault I have these gifts.
You know Joseph was petty. Well, you could get it too if you was like me too.
Man.
Oh gosh. But yeah, so the brother was like, we're gonna get him real good. And I'm sick of it. So one day the brothers were out looking after their father's goats and sheep, la-di-da, doing their thing. Jacob sent Joseph to check that everything was all right. So again, the brothers are doing all the hard labor. They're out there just, tilling and toiling. And Joseph's in the house doing what Joseph wants to do. But Jacob was like, just go check for me. Just go look, make sure everything's cool. Okay, Daddy. Yeah, right. They said, I'm sick of you in this coat. Come here. Boy, bring yourself, come here. Don't worry about these sheep or these goats.
They said Joseph, he's wore that coat night and day everywhere they went.
He slept in that coat.
Everybody was like, every time I go somewhere, here he go with his coat.
That doggone coat.
and they got all the attention.
And kids are like that too.
Right.
When they find a piece of clothing that they really, really enjoy, they're going to keep wearing it.
The coat was like a cape.
And it's probably 98 degrees in the shade in this land.
It's like a kid in their superhero costume.
It's hot. And here this boy got the same coat on he's been wearing for the past however long.
So I wonder if the girls would flock to him and be like, oh, you're so cute in your coat.
Can I wear it?
It's so cute. And then the brother's just like, doggone, you always had this nasty coat.
Probably stank.
Always running around.
He ain't wash it. He was like, I got it. I got it. He probably folded up and put it under his little bed, his little pillow. But yeah, the brothers got him. They took his coat and they sold him to some merchants that were just passing by. It was like, yo, you want a boy? Here you go. Can you imagine? That's your brother.
That's crazy. They done trafficked their brother. That's so sad. They said they had enough of him.
So, okay, that means
walking around
with that coat, and Joseph was probably petty, annoying, spoiled, hard to deal with, but he's probably cute.
He probably was. Or they was probably like, he's a goody two-shoes. And they were like, you know what?
You gotta go.
As long as he stays around, that ain't gonna pay attention to none of us.
And it's a lot of them, too, to fight. 11 to get the attention.
11.
Oh, my gosh. And they sold him. The men took him to a place called Egypt. And we haven't discussed Egypt. Not much is said about Egypt right before this part of the Bible.
Just that Abraham went there earlier and got rich.
Yeah, so Egypt was popping.
Right.
So they kept the coat. They didn't send the coat with Joseph. They kept the coat.
What did they keep the coat for? Because were they trying to pretend that
he died?
Oh, okay. Like they came upon his body or something.
They said, "Oh, Dad, something happened to Joseph, but all we got left is his coat. I think he dead."
Okay, so see, flag on the play. Because right then and there, I've been like, so where's his body? You just have the coat, but you tell me you couldn't find his body?
I think Dad was just so distraught. He probably didn't even care.
True, because he was
for details. It's like, my boy, right. My boy.
He was probably over there just wailing.
Right. Oh my God. And the brothers are like, don't say nothing. Don't you break.
Take me, Lord.
Don't you break. Keep your mouth
She
shut.
done took my baby.
Right.
Good
Having a
God.
whole hard time accepting that his boy is his favorite is gone.
Right.
And he's left with these 11 or 12 boys just worthless. You just don't measure up to Joseph.
So he ends up in Egypt, where I guess at this point in time, is there a pharaoh?
There's a king or a pharaoh, yeah.
Yeah, king.
So
pharaoh.
yeah, because he sold into slavery, which is probably another hard thing for him to deal with because he ain't had to do no work when he was at home.
It's true.
He's probably like, what? I gotta lift what? I gotta sort what?
Right.
Where's my dad?
You want me to pick this rock up and move it over there? Why? But he ends up being sold in slavery, and I think somehow he ends up in jail or something.
He probably didn't sort something right. He moved the grain the wrong way. It was like, you know what? Off you go.
They were like, you know what? You going into prison. And, actually, we do know this. Apparently, Joseph is blessed with a gift to interpret dreams.
I have that same gift.
Okay, well, there you have it. And so I guess he in jail interpreting gifts.
First, wait, pause really fast. So Joseph's mind just goes. I won't put it like that. His mind was like, nothing makes sense anymore. I just had this gift about interpreting dreams. I'm gonna tell me your dream. I got you. So word spreads like wildfire, and it probably was like, well, I think he owns something. Let's keep him around. And then the king was like, well, I had a strange dream. Bring that boy to me. I need to hear about this.
Right.
What does this dream mean?
Right. And so he comes and he ends up interpreting the Pharaoh's dreams. Now, what I'm trying to figure out, why was the Pharaoh having so many dreams? Because that wasn't only the one time that he did it. It was several times.
Pharaoh was doing edibles. I don't know.
He was in there hallucinating. He was looking too many shrooms.
He probably was. So let's just say what it is, because I didn't even have that many bad dreams, but obviously they meant something because it happened.
Right.
So one of the dreams was that there were going to be 7 years of good harvest and 7 years of bad harvest. So you're going to have a good 7 years and bad 7 years. And you got to find someone wise to keep the grain from the good harvest, because it'll feed the people when the harvest goes bad. So he's basically telling y'all to stock up. And then the king was like,
he said, get ready.
Get ready. What change gonna come? King was like, what? My stock about to plummet? Boy, you come sit next to me. You are now my advisor.
So he made him his advisor. Now, apparently this lineage must be fine, because he's standing up there, sitting next to the Pharaoh, being his advisor, interpreting his dreams, and the Pharaoh's wife was like, I want me a piece of that.
She was like, who's this?
Right.
Who's this guy that you have working next to you?
Right. Like, hey, hold on now.
Gosh. Joseph is your name? Hi. Oh, nice to meet you. And what happens when they meet? What
She was doing too much. She was doing way too much. So, but of course, Joseph being, I guess, a righteous man, he turned her down and was like, nah, girl. We can't do it. We can't be doing none of that.
I can't have it.
Which is good. This is not happening. This isn't popping.
That's a good thing.
It's not where it's going. It's not going to go where the way you think it is.
He curved her.
A good curve. He was like, nah.
You can't.
And not only that,
you can't.
I might even tell that you came on to me. I don't know. Who knows if that's what he did? But either way, she wanted her a piece of that.
And break me off a piece of that.
And so, because he rejected her, this happened. Went and made up a whole story. Okay, went to the Pharaoh, made up a whole story. Oh, he tried to sleep with me. He tried to touch me.
And these women's in this Bible,
man, they be making us look so bad.
It's all your fault, man. You're battling infertility. Y'all are wicked, conniving. Jeez, give me a good woman, please.
So, at the end of the day, he rejected her. She says that, oh, well, he tried to sleep with me. It's such a shame. It is such a shame. I'm sorry, y'all. But basically, he ends up being thrown into jail, I believe.
Let me see. I guess so. Because the children's Bible doesn't go into any of that.
It sure don't. It don't go. It's all rainbows.
It's so lovely because it's
nice stuff.
Before, I mean, that happened with the wife and everything, but in the children's Bible I'm looking at, it just says Joseph invited all his family back to Egypt and they made their home. So apparently he forgave them and was like, you know what? It's cool. We're under the bridge. I still love you.
Yeah.
It's fine. But when are y'all going to work for me?
The children's Bible makes it all like, oh, guess what? Happy ending everything.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But yes, on the summary thing I'm reading. Okay. So the Pharaoh's name was Potiphar.
Yes.
Okay. Or I'm sorry. Potiphar was actually the high ranking official who worked underneath him. It was Potiphar's flirtatious wife, as they said, that accused Joseph of trying to sleep with her.
Wait, they don't give her a name?
No.
That's funny. She don't even get a name, y'all.
So he's thrown in the prison.
Oh, I got a name. Boy, I love Google.
There you go.
Guess what her name is?
What is it? Is it
Zulika?
Oh, wow.
Zulika.
Come on now, Zulika. You was wrong, girl. You was wrong.
Why you did that?
So,
you should see this picture of Zulika, quote unquote.
Let me see. I want to see
I'm
what
gonna
she
turn it
looked like.
really fast. I wish y'all could see
Now,
this.
she wasn't.
She ain't got not nan clothes on.
Right.
She had a little cloth covering up her.
Let's be real, y'all. This is Egypt. She wasn't that pale.
Okay.
In this picture, they got her good milky pale.
And Joseph was like, no. He's got his hands up like, no. Stay away, woman.
Get behind me, harlot. He's probably like, put your clothes on.
I heard you got that nasty women disease.
Word around town as you get around, lady.
God.
I don't want none of that.
I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you.
He said you keep that clap over there. They ain't got no shot yet to
Nothing. There's nothing.
No.
No.
Whew, Lord. So he gets put in jail. And then that's when he was in jail where he got, summoned by the Pharaoh. So my bad, y'all. I don't think it was a Pharaoh's wife.
Yeah, it just says
that came on to him. But the other guy that he was
public
for,
figure or whatever he was. Yeah.
Potiphar.
Yeah. Got it. Captain of the Pharaoh's guard.
There you go.
There we go.
Right. So he goes and he, ends up in jail. Like we said, he starts interpreting people's dreams. I just don't know why in the jail he was in there interpreting people's dreams.
Like, he said, I gotta do something to get out of here because I'm in here wrongly. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna use a gift that one of the gifts God gave me. I'm gonna get out of here.
Right, but who in jail getting their dreams interpreted? They just wake up like, hey, Joseph, in my dream, I saw some corn and a piece of ham. What's that mean?
It means you hungry.
He's
sure? Right. No, it's like, he's right.
He's right.
Did y'all hear?
Oh, y'all, he knows something.
Go to bed. He gonna tell you what happened when you're dreaming when you wake up.
Good Lord.
Anyway, yeah. And then after that is when the bad things happen and we move on to, I think,
oh, that's
Moses?
right, because he said there was the famine.
Yeah, the famine. And then Moses comes after that?
I believe so.
Yeah.
But basically, long story short, the Pharaoh was in there having many, many dreams. I think one was about the famine. The other one was about, what was the other one about? Some water or something? Not another flood.
It could very well be.
Oh, Lord. So, he warned them because there was going to be famine to set the food aside and get ready.
Get ready. That's like, I just had no... I was singing 5 different songs with that one get ready line.
Wow.
That's why I stopped.
Wow.
But yeah, so yeah. There we go. Yeah, the 7-year famine. That's what it is. 7 years bad luck. And we go into the cut. There's a lot going on. And he gets his family back. Yeah. So.
Right. So he does. Yeah. Long story short, happy ending. After all, he does end up running into his brothers. Because I think what happens, Reuben or whatever his name was, they come to the Pharaoh begging for something. And he sees and he recognizes his brothers. But because he has changed so much, because they done sold him off when he was a boy. They don't even recognize him.
Like, huh?
And I think he puts them through a couple of different things and then reveals himself. Aha!
It's me.
It's me, your brother, Joseph.
The one you saw. Remember that?
Yeah.
Where's my coat?
Well, but you know what? He wasn't petty.
What
he
did
was
y'all do with the coat?
Well, I know, right? Because it doesn't say in the Bible if they gave him the coat back.
Somebody wore the coat.
They probably sold the coat for some money. I ain't even gonna lie.
They probably did.
They probably hit hard times. It was anybody want this shiny coat?
With the fur collar.
Right. So he forgives them and welcomes them to his land and to his home.
Yeah. And and then we go into Moses. I see it here. So okay.
All right. So we're gonna stop right there, and so we want to pick up now. Now it's really about to get good and juicy.
Yes.
Because again, here we go. There's another sibling rivalry there. Now, even though Moses and what's his name was Ramsey, they're not really related. No. But Moses was raised with him by the Pharaoh's wife or Ramsey's mama.
Yep.
So, as my own homework and research, I'm about to go find Prince of Egypt because that was a good movie.
The cartoon one?
Heck yeah.
Oh, I'm going to watch the movie.
I'm going to watch that.
Okay, well, we're going to have so much to talk about next time.
Well, because
I'm going to watch the movie.
I want to talk about Whitney Houston and Mariah battling each other on that song.
I'm going to sing Go Down Moses.
It was a great movie, y'all. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
And the tablets, Lord. Hallelujah. I can't wait.
Oh my gosh. The 10 Commandments.
Yes. Right. We might need to split this episode into 2 parts.
We are going to have to. Because we need to focus on him as a child and all them issues. And then break off for him as an adult. Yeah. And trying to get people to act right.
Yeah. I can't wait.
So hard that he had to go get something. He had to go something drafted up on stone.
And then, and there's another flood. The party goes.
Right.
There's water everywhere.
I'm sure the fish is tired of all these humans.
Like, y'all messing us up again.
Y'all even had, first we had a pool party, then we had to go. Now you splitting us up. What is happening?
Oh, it's going to be a time, y'all. Thank you guys for joining us again.
and listening to yet another episode
of Bible by Blacks, y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
All right.
See you next time.
All right.
Bye.